Welcome back. We've officially hit the day 40 milestone. If you've been following this series from day one, you've seen me go from unboxing the Bambu Labs P1S to surviving massive clogs. Today, we're recapping days 31 to 40. We're talking shiny Pokemon and some big brain moves to replace tools I keep losing. Let's jump right into it. Starting off day 31, I wanted to print Gengar. Now, full disclosure, I didn't have the standard Gengar purple filament on hand, but I did have the colors for a shiny Gengar. Or so I thought. In the Pokemon games, shiny Gengar is subtle, but I ended up with the red eyes instead of purple. Honestly, I think he looks a lot scarier this way. This was a multi-part print. The eyes were 3 pieces and the mouth is 2. I actually had a fail on the first attempt because a support collapsed, leaving poor Gengar with one hand. But we don't give up here. I resliced it, fixed the support settings, and version 2.0 turned out to be amazing. Which Pokemon should I try to color hack next time with my limited filament? Day 32 was a win for my kitchen. I printed this plastic bottle opener in PETG. In a world where soda bottle caps are getting slimmer and harder to grip, this thing is a necessity. It grips Coca-Cola bottles perfectly, but I haven't found a bottle it can't handle yet. Since it's PETG, it's durable enough to handle the torque without snapping. If you know someone who struggles with grip strength, this is a 20-minute print that makes a life-changing gift. Now, if someone can just find me a file for those stubborn pickle jars, I'll be all set. Day 33 was an experiment in small-scale utility. 3D printed paper clips. I'll be honest, my bed adhesion was a bit off this day. Probably because I forgot to clean the plate again. Rookie mistake. And a few of them didn't survive the burn. The ones that did looked cool and they kind of work. But I wouldn't trust them with my tax returns. However, seeing these made me want to scale the file up 700%. Print a giant one and use it to troll my friends. Should I do it? Let me know in the comments. On day 34, I printed an articulated rose, but I renamed it Humpty Dumpty because of how it sits. This is a print and place design with joints in the feet and hands so it can sit on the edge of a shelf. I had a slight mishap with one of the hands. A little bit of fuzz on the print, but the rose detail on the head is still stunning. I accidentally forgot to hit the time-lapse button in the Bambu Labs for this one. But just look at how it displays. This would be a perfect Mother's Day gift or a Valentine's gift. Day 33 solved a where are the scissors problem. I printed a wall-mounted scissors holder. It's simple 2-screw installation. It keeps them in the same spot every time. It's easy to grab and most importantly, it keeps them high and out of the reach of toddlers. Give your scissors a home, people. It's a 40-minute print and that saves 10 minutes of searching every time you need to open a package. Day 36. For when you're angry and you want the world to know without saying a word, I printed this angry emoji hair clip. The model came with a 3D printed plastic clip, but I made a big brain move here. I took a metal clip from a broken hair accessory and hot glued it to the print. It's much more secure and works perfectly. The big question is, do you have to take it off the second you stop being mad? I'll let you decide on that one. Day 37 was for the fans. My Sharingan magnet video blew up, and my analytics tell me my core audience is guys aged 25 to 34. Basically, the Naruto generation. So I printed Itachi Uchiha's Akatsuki ring. It looks great, though I did have some support scarring when the material got stuck between the face and the band. It's not exactly a comfortable everyday ring, but as a display piece for an Itachi fan, it's a 10 out of 10. Day 38 is for the readers. Have you ever tried to read a book outside in a hurricane? Or maybe just with one hand while holding a coffee? This book page holder is the solution. You slide your thumb through it and it holds the pages flat effortlessly. And if you aren't reading, it's a top tier fidget toy because it's printed in place and spins like a dream. This is another troll gift for that friend who is obsessed with physical books. Day 39 was a rescue mission. I lost the keycap puller that came with my mechanical keyboard. I didn't actually lose it. It's just living in a dimension I can't access right now. Instead of buying a new one, I printed this. It's a short print. It's sturdy and it works flawlessly with those Lego keycaps I made back on day 16. If I lose this one, I'll just print another. That's the power of having a tiny factory on your desk. And finally, day 40. With Easter right around the corner, I had to get into the holiday spirit. I printed this knitted texture Easter bunny. This was a 2-plate print, where the eyes were separate pieces. The knitted detail on the body is so realistic, people will think you actually picked up a needle and thread. Hop with the bunnies, hop, hop, hop. It's a perfect centerpiece for this season. And that is 40 days of 3D printing in the books. From fixing my house to fueling my Pokemon obsession, the Bambu P1S hasn't got a break. If you enjoyed this update, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. We're closing in on day 50. Check the description for links to all these models and the PETG I use. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next 10 days.